Greetings, everyone. I just want to jump into today's topic and talk about abandonment issues or feelings of rejection. And especially when the abandonment comes from your mother, that is a pain that you cannot explain. People often talk about, when a mother, loses her offspring, that pain, but no one talks about the pain you feel as a offspring when your mother is alive and never gave you love, never hugged you, never said, I love you, never, make you feel like you're special. I grew up with my father's sister, and she cared for me and protected me, but I never felt that love, never got a hug, never hear you're beautiful, never hear the things a child would hear to increase their self-esteem. And though I love her, that's the only mother I know in terms of, you know guardianship. But there are things that happened as a young child that I look back on now, and it makes me sad still. Like going to primary school from grade 1 to grade 6, and never have a parent come to school for me. Being in high school, never have a parent come to my high school to meet my teachers, and have my graduating in a nice position as a head girl and doing my speech and have strangers applaud for me. No one from my household came. You heard the story before. No one from my household came to my graduation. No one came. No one cared enough to come. It still hurts, even as an adult. And to have a biological mother who is still alive, and she was not there. So people go through these feelings of abandonment from their own mothers, the person that brought them in their belly for 9 months and gave birth. And when you, as an adult or a child, realize that connection is not there, every child, every person want to be close to their parents, want to, especially their mothers. And then we have to remember that people cannot give you what they don't have. They can pour into you what is not available in them, but it doesn't change the fact. So if you are a person who have been done wrong by your parents, by your blood relatives, I'm sure you know you're not alone. And you must do what you must do to heal. Healing doesn't mean that you don't remember. So when I had that conversation with my friend and just reminded her of what her mother means to me and how good her mother was for me, some people never get a chance to, find that in anyone. They don't have that in their family and they never meet others. But then there are many of us who have been blessed to be able to call strangers family. I am one of those ones. I put my hand up. I came to this country 30 something years ago, and I found my family here, complete strangers. You know, I got a biological sister that I'm close to, and I have another person who, in every sense of the word, is my sister friend. And, I have another virtual sister. Let me tell you, when you grow up and you never know what it's like to have family that loves you, you feel that disconnect even when you're a child. But you're not sure. You can't really put your finger on it until you're an adult and they dog you, or they do wrong by you, or they abandon you, or they never check in on you. It doesn't matter how rich you are, how well established you are. Those things hurt. They're painful and they're hard to get over. And some of us try to pretend and say we don't care and whatever, but we care very much. It's just that sometimes after they've done you wrong for so long, and you realize and know what it is what it is, you have to accept it. And sometimes accepting it is the worst part. It makes you hurt, it affects your self-esteem. And that is why I often say to people, self-love is the best love. You see, the mother or the father or the relatives were not able to love you unconditionally. And so you have to learn how to love yourself unconditionally. And you can't continue to pour into people your love when they're unable to receive it or they don't want to receive it. Some people just can't love you. Unfortunately, not because you're a bad person, it's because of who they are. So if you have your loved ones, have your friends, have your family, whosoever is of value to you, but they don't see any value in you, you have to learn to find a way to let that go. And let it go. I'm not saying it's easy. Okay? I'm in my senior years and sometimes my eyes get dewy. Because of that, I was so overprotective of my children. My adult children, there's not a day that go by that I don't tell them that I love them. There's not a day that goes by when I don't say to them, you're so beautiful. Every single day, I'm always telling my girls, you're beautiful or I love you. And it made me extremely protective of them. Maybe it's too much if you ask me, but it's like they're so precious to me. And I wanted them to know I am the one who is always going to be here to fight for you, who is always going to be here to listen to your stories. I'm going to be the one that even when you're not doing right, in my opinion, I'm still going to give you that unconditional love. Yes. And I will never change because I know what it's like to feel alone in this world. It's not a nice thing. It's only after I got married I started to feel like I had family. Only after that time when I could always go to this person and talk to them about my fears and about my hurt and about my scars and felt free and open to share things that I never shared with anybody. That I find or finally feel what someone could call love. I never felt love. And a lot of these young girls that are getting into these unhealthy relationships are getting in them because they never knew what it's like to feel the love of a mother or the love of a father. And so for me, the relationship between my daughter and her dad is very important. I will not interfere with that. I would not allow my daughter to not have a relationship with her father because he did something to me. No. Like a lot of us women, we need to do better when it comes to stuff like that. We have to put aside our feelings when it comes to certain things because it's not about you, it's about the kids. And if you grew up without a dad, why would you want your child to grow up without one? If you grew up without your mother, why would you not be a good mother as best as you can? Because we're not a perfect, but be the best mother you can be to your daughter because you know what it feels like to grow up. And if you have no one in your family, OMG, that loves you, it's not a nice feeling. I struggled with that for years, not feeling that connection with people, wanting it, but always feeling it, even if they're smiling and the facade is there, not feeling that love from these ones that you so desperately wanted from. This is why my spiritual life is forever and always going to be deep because that's the only source that I can depend on. This universal father or mother that never fails me, never disappoints me, that pours into me, that heals my hurt and my wounds. I can't live, I can't live with these divine energies looking over my life that I can talk to. There are times when I don't want to talk to people about my problems, and I can just go out in the woods if it allows me, or just stay up at night and just enjoy the moon and just talk to the heavens. I'm grateful for spirituality. So I understand the importance of people, having spirituality. Some people have religion. I get it. I might not agree with their what they believe in, but it works for them. So I let them be. But I need that source of comfort and what I can't get from my immediate family. I always look more to, yeah, for guidance and protection and love. And when I feel unworthy, because sometimes these deep wounds make you feel unworthy, I know there's a source that is always ready and available to comfort. But yeah, the abandonment issues that we experience in our life is no joke, and it causes us to make poor decisions in relationships that we enter into, in friendships that we enter into, because we're always looking for that special love. We're always looking for it. But the truth is, we can only find it within ourselves. Stay blessed, everyone.